guys, welcome back to the Luford Lowdown. I just got back from seeing Glass. First thing I need to say about this movie that's really bothering me is the critics got it all wrong. I think right now it stands at a 35% on Rotten Tomatoes. That is really bothering me because this movie was anything but bad. Like 35% is bad, but this movie was actually pretty awesome. Just like Unbreakable and Split starts off fast and hard and then it turns into a really slow burning drama. Now some of the critics said it was boring at times. I wouldn't say that at all. It was done really well as this slow burning drama that M Night Shyamalan is really known for. And also one of the reasons why they probably gave it a bad rating is because they didn't they've never been fans of his twists at the end of the movies. And usually I can see him coming, but in M Night Shyamalan's movies it really can't. And what I really liked about this movie is that took um, it took some really loose threads between Unbreakable and Split and turned it into a really good trilogy actually. Glass really tied up a lot of loose threads, and it added a lot more backstory and character development that you would think would happen in a final movie. Um, I mean, the ending had two twists. Usually, Shyamalan only has one, but he had two of them. And what you think is the ending is actually like the first of three endings, really. And at first, I'm like, why is this dragging on? Why does it keep going? But the payoff is incredible. And I mean, I wish, um, I kind of wish there was more interaction between Samuel L. Jackson's character and Brew Willis's character, uh, Elijah Glass and David Dunn, I believe his name is, and but basically throughout the film, right from the beginning, Dunn is this vigilante superhero working with his son, and there's the disappearances of these girls because the beast escaped at the end of Split, and then they're having a showdown like right away, you think, but then they get captured by this doctor who works for the psychiatric hospital. They're bringing him in, and then the three of them, stay in these separate rooms that are both. All the rooms are specifically made for their powers, basically. And at first, uh, Mr. Glass is he's Samuel L. Jackson played him really well in this movie. For the most part, you think he's just kind of there because he just slumped over in his chair, in his wheelchair the whole time, and he's just not doing anything, and he's like playing dumb or something. But really, the whole time he's got this mastermind plan of his going on that really makes for an amazing climax. Because then, what you don't realize is that the Doctor is actually part of something a lot bigger too. So I mean, the ending was done really well, and if you didn't know by now, James McAvoy is easily one of the best actors out there. I mean, his character has 24 distinct personalities, and you pretty much see all of them between Split and this movie. And of course, there's a big climactic battle, and what Glass really wanted to do, what his plan was about, was for breaking them out of the hospital, was to let the public know that heroes and villains and superheroes exist, and the Doctor throughout all their sessions together, individually and then together in a group, she's trying to convince them that there's all these natural and perfectly normal explanations for all their abilities, and just trying to convince them that you're just a regular man, you're just regular people, and you've convinced yourself that it's something more than that. And there's an underlying component to that you don't see until the end. But then through all that, Glass has this plan to, he's memorized the shifts at the hospital, waiting for the perfect time to break him out. And that was kind of odd that for such, let's say, for those characters that they had such minimal security and the like. But I guess it was just a simple case of Hollywood making sure to advance the plot. And of course, Shyamalan does write himself into this movie like all of his others. It's very brief in the beginning, but what I thought was really cool, actually, I was surprised about. If you ever wondered what happened to Lucius Verus from Gladiator, the little boy, he played the son of Bruce Willis in the original, actually, and here again he shows up um, as well, and actually plays a pretty pivotal role, as well as the mother, uh, Mrs. Glass, and then what was her name from Split? The real name's Anya Taylor Jones. Can't believe I can't remember her name in this movie, but all three of them, they're family or friends of the main characters, and they're at the ending climatic battle as well. So it was really it pieced everything together really really well and made it seem like instead of having individual movies, it wrapped up into a trilogy really well. I was actually really surprised. So again, I have a huge problem with that 35% Rotten Tomato score. Go off the audience score. I think it's like a 78. That's much more descriptive. Um, so I would absolutely have to say it was 7. It was very good. Maybe the 35 helped me taper my expectations, but I still really enjoyed it, and I'll actually probably see it again in theaters, and definitely when it comes out on DVD. And I'm sure you guys will like it too. It is really good, and James McAvoy is just mesmerizing as his character as David. And like I said, like they had a lot of backstory and character development to each of the three characters, and it was just wrapped up so well at the end that you think it's just dragging on, but the payoff is just done so well, subtle but powerful, and I really liked it. And what was really good about this movie is that 90% of the movie just takes place at the hospital, even the ending battle, and they get there, within the first 20 minutes of the movie. So you're not like jumping place to place or even time to time or anything. It's just uh, one big uh, one big set that they used for the whole movies. And that's basically it, man. I really enjoyed it, and I think you guys will too. So make sure to go check that out. I haven't thought about what I'm going to see next week. I think we're going to see Bumblebee, the new Transformers movie. That's hopefully a lot better than the last two. Transformers 4 and 5 are trash. But thank you guys for joining me. I'll see you again next week, okay?